Hello, Cologne. How you guys doing? All right. Hey, everybody, I'm Jeff Keighley, and welcome to Gamescom. It's awesome to have you all here for a very special night tied to Metal Gear Solid and, of course, Kojima Productions and Hideo Kojima. This is the official Gamescom preview event for Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, a game that I was lucky enough to announce a few years ago on the VGAs. We're very happy to be here with all of you guys tonight. Gamescom is a big show and a show that has grown over the years. It's become the biggest gaming consumer event in Europe, and you guys, I'm sure, are here all weekend, right? All right, well, we'll start you off hopefully with some cool new footage and announcements tied to Metal Gear. Now, I'm really excited to be here tonight for this special event. All the fans, of course, are here live in the audience. We've got over 1,000 of you guys out there in the audience ready to see some new Metal Gear stuff. I'm excited about that. And we've also got a bunch of people joining us live right now on Twitch around the world. So welcome to all of you watching the live web stream as well. We've got a really cool evening planned for you. You're going to see a 15-minute extended sneak peek demo of the full Metal Gear Solid 5 demo that will make its official debut at the Konami booth starting tomorrow at Gamescom. But you guys will be the first people in the world to see it. So what do you think of that? Pretty cool, right? Yeah. We've also got a few other surprises for you. Mr. Kojima always has a few surprises. You've probably heard about that game PT that got announced yesterday. Anyone hear about that? All right, well, I'll have to ask him a little bit about that as well. So stay tuned. There's much to come. But let's get tonight started by welcoming a man who I'm honored to share the stage with tonight. He really needs no introduction, but he is the director of Kojima Productions and, of course, the man you know as the creator of the Metal Gear Solid franchise. Please welcome Mr. Hideo Kojima. Mr. Kojima. Hideo Kojima, everybody. No cardboard box, though, right?
Greeting event. ゲームズコムの皆様、ケルンの皆様、こんばんは、ケルンに戻ってきました。
Everyone here in Germany, I'm finally back here in Cologne.
今日はですね、スペシャルプレビューショーで、このショーに来ていただきましてありがとうございます。それからスイッチで世界中の方が見られていると思いますけど、ぜひ楽しんで、もらいたいと思います。
So I'd like to thank everyone here. Also thank everyone watching on Twitch. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Well, I know you got some great stuff planned for everyone tonight, Mr. Kojima.
Yeah, what up?
Maybe tell us a little bit about what we can expect tonight. What
is it recording?
Going to be showing us tonight.
ですね。
All right.
Lots of good stuff.
Dude, those glasses, though. I love them. They're actually in the game, too. Yo, what's up, guys? Bigbossbat here. Noel will not be speaking for this, but this is the live reaction to Metal Gear Solid motherfucking 5 Phantom Pain. I'm here with my good buddy, Joe. Say hi, Joe. Hey. Yeah, we're sharing a microphone right now.
Tonight I brought up a demo.
A new demo. I'm so excited for this. I'm about to piss myself, jizz, orgasm, seizure, cry, freak out all at once. And I'm on Joe's bed, which makes it even better. I'm just no homo. I'm just gonna ruin it. He's never gonna be able to sleep on this shit again. It's just gonna break in half. There's a huge explosion in his room.
And this time intentionally.
Pieces of meat everywhere.
In Afghanistan.
Yeah, turn it up.
同じ目的地であっても自分でどういうルートをたどってどう行くかっていう戦略性がユーザーによって変わりますので、そこで違うルートを今日は皆さんに見てもらって、時間帯も違うところでどうなるかっていうのをこれからご覧いただきたいと思います。
Since this is not a linear game, the strategy is up to the player, and we want to showcase that this time.
That shirt, though, that's what I'm really into.
Different strategies. So
it.
that's what we'll be showing today, different strategies, different ways of playing, and this is just another way of playing.
はい、それではちょっと、ゲームプレイビデオをご覧ください。
So please roll the video.
Check it out. First look at Metal Gear for Gamescom.
Oh shit! Look at Kojima posing there like a boss. Oh, we already seen part of this, but whatever.
The area ahead is under total Soviet control.
I don't think I have.
Miller's been captive for 10 days. Not much time left.
The weather will clear shortly.
Storm's passing.
I figured.
Getting used to it? After 9 years on ice, solo infiltration of the Soviet main ground forces should be the perfect warm-up. You can't have much left in him. I give him 3 days, tops. If we fail, and he dies, we lose our chance of revenge. But we need more intel. If you just go charging into Doandehar, you'll be putting both your lives at risk. See what you can find out first. The Soviets have other outposts, not just the one you saw. Afghanistan is a big place. I expect you'll become quite familiar with those binoculars as you plan your next move. How and where you make it, well, that's up to you. From here on out, you're on your own. You're a legend in the eyes of those who live on the battlefield. That's why you have to do this mission yourself.
No.
But those
Never mind.
and return is Big Boss. That's how Koss would want it. I'll be sending additional intel by radio. Stay sharp. Not one of Miller's bodyguards survived. And they were good. All we found on the scene were their corpses and knees. They'll be missing them. And you're his only hope of getting them back. Now go! Let the legend come back to life.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Gamescom 2014 presentation of Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. 2 months ago at E3 we showed off various features of the game as we snuck through this stage to accomplish our mission. Today we'll play through the same stage but show you how the same mission can feel completely different depending on the various factors such as route and time of day.
Marker placed.
Back at E3, you remember there were guards at this post, but you'll notice that they're not here anymore. So already we're seeing some variation in the mission. But that said, it does look like there are 2 soldiers heading this way in a jeep, so let's go ahead and leave a little surprise for them.
Go on.
Alright, looks like these soldiers are disoriented, so let's go ahead
Game
and
of the
pull
year. Game of
the
the
jeep
year.
before they wake up.
It's so much better than it is.
As you may recall, back at E3 we ran into a sandstorm
Cover that
with
shit.
some problems, so to avoid that, we'll minimize sidetracking and head straight towards our marker.
They're in my army now.
Whoa, whoa!
Well, it looks like we have a goat here that's been separated from its herd, so let's see if we can help him out. And there he goes.
Yes. Join my army.
We have a pack of wolves here too, most likely after the goat. Let's just keep our distance and continue with our mission before they come after us instead.
Look at him, he's just
Do remember that the landscape in the Phantom Pain is populated by various types of wildlife, and certain animals, such as wolves, can actually be dangerous, so you need to use caution when exploring the wilderness.
Whoa, whoa!
Alright, so here we are at our vantage point,
You have arrived at your destination.
but first, what's this in the distance? Well, lo and behold, that's actually the vantage point we used at E3. This gives you some idea of where we are relative to our previous route on the other end of the base. That said, let's go ahead and mark the enemy. And it does look like the security is a bit tighter than it was before. You may remember that when we sneaked into this base previously, we created quite a mess. So the enemy has actually stepped up their game, and there are more troops here. And this is one example of how the game will actually adapt to player actions, and the same mission may actually be quite different when replayed. It was fairly easy to sneak into the space previously, but we'd have a much harder time if we tried to sneak in during daylight here. So let's go ahead and use our Phantom Cigar to pass the time.
Sun will set shortly.
At night, as you can tell from the markers, it looks like security around our objective is beefed up. However, security around the rest of the base is fairly sparse. So let's go ahead and use that to our advantage. Oops, and it looks like enemies are wearing helmets now. The last time we played this mission, we used too many headshots with the trank, so it looks like the enemy has countered by having troops wear helmets this time around. The point here is that if you overuse some weapons or techniques, the enemy will learn to take steps to counter your actions thanks to the AI capabilities of the Fox engine. Direct approach here will be difficult, so let's go ahead and find a way around. We're exposed on an open road like this. Let's go ahead and use our cardboard box to reduce our chances of being spotted. Okay, that said, we have been noticed. This is a bad situation. We can't vacate the box without being spotted. We can try something else. Alright, the enemy's running up, but he's not engaging. He actually seems kind of excited. So what's going... Ah. Well, that would definitely explain it. Let's CQC this guy before he gets a little too excited. So this is just one example of several new modifications we've made to our cardboard box since E3. thanks to the various people we've recruited into our R&D unit. Even at night, you'll notice that the area around our target is actually pretty well lit, making it difficult to stay out of sight. So let's see if we can find a way to remedy that. This soldier may have some clues. Let's try interrogating him.
Spit it out.
The map has been updated.
Okay, now we have the location of the power grid, so if we destroy it, we should be able to shut the lights off. Alright, that should make things easier. But the enemy is coming to investigate, so let's go ahead and hide in this trash dumpster. Sounds like there may be a helicopter incoming. Seems like the enemy has called in some backup. So the base is darker now, but we need to be careful to avoid the helicopter's spotlight as we head to the target. So our target should be in this room. Let's take a look.
So you picked up an intel file. Now we know where Miller is. I'm marking it on your iDroid.
Alright, so these are the docs we needed. Objective complete. Now all we need to do is escape. We'll need to move cautiously. Okay, we got some reinforcements coming in by jeep. That said, their jeep just may be our ticket out of here, so let's see if we can confiscate it.
Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
Alright, looks like the helicopter has moved into a holding pattern here, which is bad for us. Obviously we can't drive out of here on the jeep without being spotted now by the helicopter. So let's try something else. takes care of the helicopter. Let's go ahead and call our horse and hightail it out of here. And that's mission complete.
Seems like they liked it. Cool look at the game. Now, I know you've got some more to share about Metal Gear as well, and you've got something exclusive on the Gamescom show floor. So that was just the start of the demo, and I know you've got more content that if these people go to the booth, we'll get to see as well.
はい、E3 の時はこの後スネークが、ヘリに乗ってマザーベースに帰ったと思います。で、その後自分のマザーベースがネット上の誰かに攻撃されたので出かけていくところで終わったと、それを覚えてると思いますけど。
Wow, I've been talking this whole time with the freaking remote off.
E3, most of you will remember that after
I know.
Snake goes back to
that box dough.
Snake's motor base is being infiltrated by someone.
Dude, you should. I hope. Did you hear us freak out when the freaking car slipped on the shit?
は、オンライン上の、
Yeah.
潜入していろんなものを奪ったり。そこで時間、ファントムシガーで時間を変えたりっていうその、いろんなますのでぜひご覧に来てください。
In the booth at Gamescom, and
I know.
we will show the other way around. I mean, by which I mean when the player infiltrates someone else's motor base and starts doing using the Phantom Cigar, stealing things, and doing different things. That's what you will be able to see when you come to the Gamescom Konami booth.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I know people will go check that out. Probably right. You gonna go see it at the booth, guys? All right. Good to hear. Now I know you've also got some other stuff here to talk about and show for Metal Gear 5 before we move on. So why don't you tell us about?
They're not gonna show that. Oh my God. They're gonna show someone infiltrating another person's base.
公開した映像ですけど、自由潜入の要であります段ボールの疑問。
Oh, it's only at the booth. We won't see it.
おそらく見てない方もいると思いますので、もう一度ここでご覧いただければと。ではどうぞよろしく。
What are you gonna do?
Yesterday at Sony's press conference, we were.
Oh, yeah, there's another one. Okay.
Several uses that we can give to the cardboard box, which is a pillar of this concept of free infiltration. Now, I'm sure that
they have a teleprompter with mirrors, so you don't see the teleprompter. It's smart.
So here we go.
I love those fucking glasses.
Familiar with the cardboard box, but as explained previously at E3, the box has been upgraded with new abilities in Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain, to offer players more options, such as the ability to pop out, take enemies out, and hide back in the box.
Oh, this is what I told you about that they showed at the PlayStation thing. Or at least they showed us this.
So use the Fulton from within the box. And when you're in trouble, you can even vacate the box and use it as a decoy when it draws the attention of the enemy. Today, we'll introduce you to a few more ways you can use the cardboard box to your advantage. For example, we're out in plain sight here with the enemy up ahead. We can't vacate the box without being spotted, so we'll try something else. As you can see here, the box now features a picture of a saluting soldier on it. From a distance, you can use this to trick enemies into thinking you're an ally, and they'll pass you by.
Yeah, I cannot wait to exploit the shit out of this.
And it doesn't stop there. There are also other pictures you can place on the box. For example, we're in a similar situation now, but rather than saluting, the soldiers come running. I wonder why. Ah, well, that explains it. Let's go ahead and take care of him while he's still distracted. And now it looks like we have a better version.
Oh, this is gonna be nice.
Yes.
I cannot wait for this one.
If we were to unfold the box, you'll see that it's actually another view of our swimsuit model. And if we vacate the box and leave it here, this is a great tool to draw the attention of enemies and keep them distracted as we sneak away. These are just a few examples of the many new things you can do with the cardboard box, but we don't want to ruin all of the surprises just yet. So we'll leave it at that for now.
Kojima, why are you such a genius?
Wow. All right.
Whoa.
It's a live crowd.
It's 4 box.
Feel. All right. So it looks like the box has a few more.
It's probably not gonna be in the game, but it's just there because it's cool looking.
Lots of the cardboard box.
はい。
Oh, he's got an Xbox One.
もう一個、ちょっとしたサプライズのダウン
Oh, so this is on Xbox One, I think.
の方をご覧ください。
And actually, we have one more video of the cardboard box, one from brand new video that we'll be showing. So please roll the video.
Come on, something good.
All right, well, that's very cool. Metal Gear
Don't tell me they're announcing it's going to be on PC.
are both going to be coming to PC on Steam.
いや、まあ段ボールで
Oh shit, that's going to bring everybody, that's going to make everybody crazy.
出します。
So I'm really happy you
You're
got.
going to get it for Steam or PS4?
So yeah, it is coming to Steam.
グラウンドデルズと当然ファントムペインの本編も両方ですね。
Of course,
Dude,
Phantom Pain both are.
people are going to freak the fuck out
Wants to know
on the forums.
the release date for Phantom Pain or Ground Zeroes on PC. What can you tell us?
ごめんなさい。リリースではまだ言えませんけど、まあグラウンドデル順番にですね、グラウンドデルズとファントムペインを Steam で出したいと思ってます。
So we.
Oh, say it. Fucking say it.
Well, of course, Ground Zeroes will.
Do it.
And then will be coming Phantom Pain. Please just stay tuned, and we're working pretty hard, so stay tuned.
先ほどの Steam のバルブを開いてってあれも一応アイテムなんでいろんな使い方ができます。
And also, I mean, the box that you just saw in the video, you will be able to use it in the game as an item, and it will have the very different usages. So.
Many more boxes to reveal. All right. Oh.
誰なんかかかってきましたけど。誰ですか？
Who's that? Who is that?
Let's take a look.
Oh, you can actually use those boxes, the Xbox One, the PS4. Of course he has that fucking... Oh god. Oh god. Kiefer fucking Sutherland.
Recording session here in Los Angeles. Now, naturally, I can't really say too much about the script at this point.
Where's David Hayter?
Great journey so far, bringing Snake to life in his epic new mission. Now, for this week and this week only, during Gamescom, Konami will be running a special pre-sale offer for MGS5, so stay tuned for more details. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of the show. And in true Snake spirit, kept you waiting, huh?
All right, Kiefer Sutherland. Well, that's great. Very cool. As Kiefer mentioned, you guys here in the audience,
That was so corny.
you can get for that special.
He said kept you waiting, huh? Oh my god, that was horrible!
And you guys can get that just for the week of Gamescom. And if you're watching the stream and you live in Germany,
I'm okay with Kiefer Sutherland being Snake, but come on, dude. Don't say it or say it as best as you can. Dude sounds so uninterested. He's like, kept you waiting, huh?
for that, very cool.
David Hayter would have been like, kept you waiting, huh?
A lot more to talk about here, tied to we're going to do a Q&A session with the fans and things like that. So there's more coming up. Where you?
No, you're just defending it because he liked 24. That did sound uninterested.
7 -1 at the Messe. So you can go check that out starting tomorrow.
Look at putting the camera there.
What do you guys think of the Metal Gear Solid 5 demo, Mr.
That's what I wanted to see. Gameplay of the fucking mother base.
It was very good stuff, Mr. Kojima. Wow.
Thank you.
What time is it?
We have to talk about PT, and there may be some updates on that coming.
It was good though. It was good. I'm not gonna
now into a Q&A session. Those of you who are going over to the booth, just remember the full demo will be at the Konami booth. And right now, let's head on over here. We're going to do a Q&A session with Mr. Kojima. You guys submitted questions online. He's going to answer those questions, and we will also talk about.
Now, guys, we'll probably find a way to record that. Either we'll pull it off a website, or we'll just find it. So hopefully we'll be able to upload it with our live reactions at a different date. But sadly, I don't think they're going to show it.
Keep going.
Okay, let's head on over here and do some Q&A.
So Joe, what'd you think of the gameplay?
These guys.
That looked amazing. I gotta say.
To me and
a lot better than what you said, Destiny.
We're going to ask you some of those questions.
It has a lot more effort than
Get inside your mind.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that PT.
That's what I've always loved about
when it comes to Mr.
Kojima.
Kojima. All right, first question that came from the internet. If you could remake any game you've worked on so far using the Fox engine tech, which one would it be? And why?
ですね、個人的にはリメイクはあんまりしたくないんですけど、FOX エンジンで、僕以外のスタッフがリメイクするんであれば、やっぱり MGS1 が一番いいと思います。
Personally, I'm not too fond of remakes. I don't want to go and remake something old. But if it was as a producer and having some of
out so they can hear both me and Joe
remaking the game, I would have to go with Metal Gear Solid 1.
Like MGS1 remake?
普通のリメイクじゃなくても、あれも16年ぐらい前のゲームなんで、猿の惑星が今新しいライジングってやってますけど、ああいう感じで、ちょっと違うリメイクというか、昔のいいところ取りの現代風にアレンジしたものがいいかなと思います。
And if it was going to be a remake, of course I wouldn't want to make a standard remake, but something similar to what Planet of the Apes is doing, taking the best from the past and do it in a very modern style and bring something brand new in that fashion.
Awesome. All right, good answer. Next question that came from online is, what was your inspiration coming up with the character of Skullface?
ですね、スカルフェイスはファントムペインの、一番の敵役なんですけど、で、彼はその、背景としては、悪ではあるんですけども、自分の言葉も顔も奪われたそういう設定だから骸骨の顔をしているっていう、そういうキャラです。
So Skullface is the bad guy in the Phantom Pain, but it's not just a plain bad guy. You got to consider he's a guy that got stripped out his face of his native language, so that's why he has a skull instead of a face.
で一方でそのスカルフェイスに仲間を奪われて基地を奪われたスネークは、復讐の鬼と化して、自ら肉をそげ落として、同じような骸骨になっていくという設定なので、スカルフェイスの影響でスネークたちもスカルになるっていう、そういう、プロットになっています。
On the other hand, though, you have Snake that because of Skullface, he's trapped from his comrades, from his mother base, from his pretty much his home. He swears revenge, and in the quest for this revenge, his human side, his meat from his face starts going away, becoming a skull in its own way. So plot-wise, it's kind of Snake himself becoming a skull because of Skullface.
で、もともとピースウォーカーの MSF っていう、アイコンマークが骸骨だったんですけど、もともとスネークたちも骸骨のアイコンの舞台にいて、スカルフェイスに復讐するために自分たちも骸骨になって、最終的には骸骨がモチーフであるアウターヘブンを作るっていう、そういうちょっとちょっと悲しいストーリーの中でスカルっていうのが非常に大きな、意味を持つ、アイコンになっています。
Also, story-wise, some of you will remember that in Peace Walker we had MSF, which logo was also a skull. So, Snake and his comrades were originally under the symbol of a skull. Then, during the battle with Skullface, they started developing to Outer Haven, which is the logo itself is a school, so it has that kind of sad story behind everything. All this, there's a subplot to this.
でもう一つは、去年の E3 のメインビジュアルでレントゲン写真を使ったと思うんですけども、今回、民族とレースっていうのがこの違いによる争いを描いてるんですけども、レントゲンを取ると今の現代人っていうのは世界中のあらゆる人が同じスカルの形をしているっていうことも、象徴として使いたいので、スカルフェイスのその、顔がないっていうのを、強調するための、キャラクターを作りました。
Also, another element, some of you might remember that last year at E3 we had some key art featuring Snake in X-Rays. Now, one of the themes of Metal Gear Solid 5 is race. There are differences between each race, you know, skin-wise or face-wise or whatever it is, but actually current humanity, as it is right now,
oh my
if
God.
they look through X-rays...
No, you might want to play the technical difficulty screen if that goes for a little longer than we want.
Skullface representing this Skull, this faceless character being the bad guy, is also one of the subplots that we have in Metal Gear Solid 5.
All right. Good and
I really can't hear
fan will be happy.
So they can both hear us.
Next question is, what has been the most exciting Metal Gear for you to develop in your career? I remember first time I was over with you was, I think, 2001 with MGS2. I was visiting you at the office, but you've done so many games over so many years. What's your favorite one?
毎回エキサイティングなんですけど、MGS の、メタルギアソリごめんなさい、メタルギアの中でいうと、やっぱ最初の一番、メタルギアになります、メタルギアというゲームが
Probably 3 Peace Walker is this one.
周りからも理解されず、
Maybe 4.
形にできたっていうゲームなんで、あれが僕の中で一番こう
I can't hear you, Noel.
タイトルになります。
I mean, every game has been fun, every game has been exciting to make, but if I was to choose between among Metal Gear, I would say probably the first Metal Gear that I worked on, a game called Metal Gear, because at that time I was new to the company, no one understood, no one grabbed the what I was trying to create, and still somehow I got it done, so it was quite memorable for me making that game.
あとメタルギアじゃなければですね、携帯機ゲーム用に作った僕らの太陽っていう僕隊というのがあるんですけど、当時はそのゲームっていうのはカウチで家の中でしか遊ばせないっていう、そういう時代の中で携帯機に太陽センサーをつけて外の実際のリアルな太陽を使ってゲームをさせるというそういうゲームなんですけど、それもものすごい、内外のというか特にうちの、スタッフからの、反対とかがあったんですけど、それでもいいものができたんで、僕隊も僕の中では非常に大きなチャレンジでした。
And if I was to talk about non-Metal Gear games, it would be probably Boktai, a game I developed. At that time, and the concept of gaming was merely, you know, sitting in your couch, indoors, and I wanted to take advantage of this portable device and add a sunlight-sensitive device. So the game, in a way, forced you to play outdoors. It depended on sunlight. At that point,
might be a native
people, especially internally, grabbed that
kind of got an act.
So again, it was a rough battle. I had to convince a lot of people. Somehow I made it done. I got it done, and in that regard, it was a very memorable game for me to work on.
Okay. Now, next question is a little out of left field. If you could play the lead actor in any movie, which movie would it be?
ですね、僕は喋りなんで、かっこいいと思うので、喋れないキャラクターがいいですね。ほとんど喋れないキャラクター。
Me myself, I'm a very talkative guy, so I personally feel that guys that talk little or barely talk are really cool. They're awesome, so that's the kind of guy I'd like to be.
なんでマッドマックス2のメル・ギブソンとかそういうのがいいです。
So probably I would go with Mad Max 2's Mel Gibson.
3じゃないですよ。サンダードームじゃなくて2の方ね。
But not the one from Mad Max 3. It's the one from Mad Max 2.
で、ほとんどマッドマックス2のメル・ギブソン喋らないんですよ。喋らなくてもキャラが立ってて、ドラマをこう引っ張っていくというもう素晴らしい映画のキャラなんですけども、実はファントムペインのスネークも、マッドマックスにも近いんですけど、ほとんど喋らないですね。 喋らずに、お話をどこまで引っ張れるかっていうのはもう今回のチャレンジなんで、そこもまあ重ねてみると、マッドマックス2っていうのは僕の中では大きな存在です。
So, I mean, in Mel Gibson's character in Mad Max 2, barely talks through the movie. He's a very, very silent character, barely has any lines. And still somehow with his personality, he pulls the story, he carries through the drama. So that is a very memorable part for me. As in Metal Gear Solid 5, sorry, Snake also has very few lines. He's a character that barely speaks. So in a way, there I see kind of a resemblance. Somehow, I see in the end kind of a reflection of Snake and this character of Mel Gibson's Mad Max 2.
Do you see that new Mad Max trailer?
Yeah.
Pretty awesome, right?
That was awesome.
もう10回以上見ました。
I've seen it at the very least 10 times.
もうね、僕あのゲームを作りたいんで、作らせてくれと。
I want to make that
ツイー
game.
ト
I
してる
mean,
んですけど、誰も
someone
返事を
let
く
me
れない
make
の
that
で。
game. I've been tweeting. I want to make that game, but no one has offered yet.
We'll put George Miller in touch with you. I'm sure he'd be interested. All right, next question is, how do you motivate yourself when you're feeling tired? The one thing that I always admire about you is you're traveling around all these events, meeting with people. You're still making these games. It looks like you may have 2 games in development. We'll talk about that in a second. But how do you stay motivated?
ですね、やっぱり。
What?
まあ、それだけやっぱりこういろんなプロデュースもあって、ストレスが非常にたまります。
So I mean, again, creating
Damn, I was like,
energy.
remake.
No, that it wouldn't be that bad, but also I step in as producer, so I have to negotiate. I have to talk with a lot of people, which can become somewhat stressing.
本当は時間があれば旅行に行ったり、仕事を忘れてなんか遊んだりしたらいいんですよ。なかなかそういう時間取れないんで、何をしているかというと、仕事終わって寝る前に映画を1本見ると。
So ideally, what I would do would be travel or play something or just enjoying my time. But I don't always find the time to do that. So what I do is then after I'm done with work and before I sleep, I will watch at the very least 1 movie.
すごく感動する。
Every day?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
なるべくね、
for the most part, I tried.
ゲームズコムに来てるときは見れないんで、この4日間分ぐらいを日本に帰って1日に3本見ないといけないですけど。
I mean, for example, right now in Gamescom, I haven't been able to catch a movie, so when I fly back, I'll be watching 2-3 movies a day to catch up.
映画って人が作ったものなんで同じように、クリエイターが戦ってるわけですよね、作品作りで。それが見えたりするんで、非常にこう勇気づけられたりしますし、純粋にその作品で感動したり泣いたり笑ったりできるっていうこともあるので、非常に短時間で自分を取り戻せるというか、疲れが吹っ飛ぶような、パワーをもらえるので、やっぱり映画っていうのは僕にとっては一番、効果的です。
I mean, in the end, movies are the same thing. They're created by someone. So in that regard, watching a movie gives me kind of a perspective of someone behind this, trying to create all this, trying to conceive all this, and this gives me, brings me back to myself, gives me a lot of hope and vision of what I can do, and also, of course, enjoying the movie itself, the joy, the sadness, whatever feelings the movie conveys to me. So in that regard, for me personally, a movie is something that in a short time span, it lets me come back to myself and remember what I want to do. So they are the most effective thing for me.
で一番元気が出るのは映画本編じゃなくて、すごい苦労して作ったのにあまりうまくいかなかった映画のメイキングで、そのクリエイターが苦労して頑張っている姿を見ることが一番こう元気になる。
And also, the one thing that gives me most energy, the one thing that really energizes me is actually not even the movie itself, but for when I'm seeing the documentaries of making of a specific movie that, or some movies that didn't go that well through development and didn't end up well, but you see all the guys trying really hard to make this. That's the one thing that really energizes me the most.
Yeah. So how many hours of sleep do you get at night if you watch a movie every day? I'm just curious.
今4時間ぐらい。
I'd say 4 hours on average.
うちに、
Hard-working man.
すごい天才プログラマーがいるんですけど、フランス人の。ジュリアンっていう皆さんご存知だと思うんですけど。
I mean, for example, in our studio we have one genius programmer, French guy. Some of you might know him, Julien.
彼はもうこの10年ぐらい計画的に4時間しか寝てないんですって。それでも 頭はすごい回転速いし、健康であると僕にいつも言うんです。
So, I mean, and always, Julian Mercer, I'm sorry, he always comes to me and says, you know, for the past 10 years, I've been only sleeping, scheduling only 4 hours of sleep, and I'm healthy, and he's really fast thinking, and he's so smart. So he always approaches me and tells me this. Yeah, I only sleep 4 hours a day. I'm so healthy. It's so good.
で僕の方は、眠たいんですけど一生懸命頑張って結果的に4時間しか寝ていない。
And on my
これは
hand,
大きな違いだと思います。
and on my hand, there's a huge difference because I also only sleep 4 hours a day, but on my end, I'm barely trying. I'm doing my best to stay awake with just 4 hours of sleep, trying so hard, going day by day. So it's the same 4 hours, but it's fairly different perspective.
この間病院に行ってですね、その話をしたら、もうドクターから DVD を見るなと禁止をされましたけど見てます。
And actually, to be honest, I went to the doctor the other day, and I was giving him the same talk, the same explanation of my daily routine, and he literally told me to stop watching DVDs. So of course, I pay little attention to that.
You ever fall asleep while you're watching the movie? It's not very good.
映画中はなかなか寝ないですね。大丈夫ですね。会議中に寝てますから。
No, I barely fall asleep when I'm watching movies. I mostly fall asleep during meetings.
He made him start talking about movies so he wouldn't give up too much.
Fair enough. All right, next question from the internet is, what's your favorite part of MGS5 TPP? Is there one, I mean, you've been talking about this game now for a couple of years. Is there one aspect that you're particularly excited about?
ですね、これまでの MGS も、他のほとんどのゲームですけど、ゲームクリエイターがレールを引いて、そこにプレイヤーを誘導して、ゲームプレイヤーが仕掛けた、遊びを提供するっていう、一方的な、インタラクティブなゲームの割には一方的なゲームが多かったんですけど。
So far games, what I've seen so far are pretty linear. I mean, they're an interactive medium, and despite that, the game designer traces a route for the player follows that route that the game designer created, and you know, it's an interactive media and doesn't seem that interactive.
TPP に関しては本当にそのマップを見て、どこにどういう経路で、いつ何時夜なのか昼なのか、どうやって潜入するかを自分で考えてそれを実行してそれを、ミッションをこなして最終的にどうやって逃げるかまでを考えるゲームなんで、そこが非常に本当の、スパイ情報映画を自分で演じてるみたいな、その自由度があるので、そこが僕が一番気に入っているところです。他のゲームもなかなかそこまでもないと思いますので。
In the Phantom Pain is a game where the player has to see the map, decide how to go in, where to go in, when and how to execute the mission, with what is taking, and even plan the way out, how to get out of there. The player has to plan the whole thing. In a way, the player has to reenact what would be a spy movie in its own. So that's the kind of thing I wanted to do, and that's something that I haven't seen elsewhere, and that's something that I'm very excited about the Phantom Pain.
グラウンドゼロズって結構小さなオープンワールドだったと思うんですけど、ファントムペインすごい広いところなんで、例えば最初の数を助けるミッションっていうのはもう結構かかるんですよ、時間が。それを根を詰めてというかすごく緊張してやるので、1ミッションクリアするためにすごい疲れるというので、そこは皆さん覚悟していただきたいと。こんなに疲れるゲームはないと思うんで、1ミッションやったらやっぱり半日ぐらい休憩しないと続けてはできないかもしれない。それぐらいの本格派というか、本当に潜入している感じを、与えてくれるゲームになっています。
So in Ground Zero, it was kind of a tutorial. So the open world was fairly limited intentionally. What the player could do was somehow delimited, so it was clear to see what to do. But in the Phantom Pain, the first mission where you go and rescue Cass, it's a very stressing mission. I'm pretty sure people will have to put a lot of effort. It will take a lot of time. It will be a tiring game. You better be ready for that. One mission will require, after you do one mission, you probably need a rest or something. Just get ready for that.
Good response. Next question is, what advice would you give to an artist or designer who's looking to get into the games industry, and how did it all happen for you? I know, your background, obviously going to film, researching movies and film school and stuff, but what's your advice to someone who wants to get into the
僕は
business?
ですね、なんていうか、この仕事につけなかったらダメな男やったと思います。非常に幸運でした。自分の好きなものとか今まで吸収してきたものが全てこの仕事で、フィードバックできるので、まあ偶然といえば偶然ですけど、まあ映画を撮りたかったんですけど、まあ映画撮れずにゲームデザインになった。僕の場合は。
Personally, myself, I was really lucky to be able to end up making games. If I wasn't making games, I probably would, not be a memorable person at all. I was really lucky to find a job where I can do an output of all the inputs that I've had, of all the things that I've absorbed up to this point, up to that point, wherever I was in life. I was able to create something. I was really lucky in that regard. Personally, I was very fortunate to be in this situation.
まあなりたかったのはそのロス死刑の殺人家の警部ですけど、まあならなくてよかったと思いますね。
I originally wanted to make movies, and also, if not, the one thing that I wanted to do was being a detective in the LAPD police department. I'm really glad I didn't get that job.
ゲームって総合芸術みたいなところがあるので、まあ映像のこととかお話のこととか、ゲームのこととかその人間工学のこととか心理学とかあらゆることを知ってた方が得なので、まあいろんなことを経験したり勉強したり、そういうブレインみたいなのを持っている人の方がいいと思います。
Game making, in a way, is kind of a very, very global art, global concept where you have to know a lot of things, where it's human engineering, psychology, different arts. You have to put there are a lot of elements that you can combine, and a lot of things that you have to experience and or study and go through. It's that kind of thing that you have to be able to know.
あとまあやっぱりすごくエネルギー使いますんで、好きじゃないとできないと思いますね。ものすごく細かいところから広いものからその、ボリュームも含めて、時間の拘束もありますんで、やっぱり好きじゃないと、ゲーム一本は作れないと思いますんで。
And also, it requires a lot of energy. It requires a lot of energy, so you really have to like it. You really have to love creating.
Oh, never mind.
It really requires a lot of energy. You have to think very detailedly and at the same time thinking very vastly, globally, and have a good brain to put all these elements from details to the macro to put all this together. So you really have to like creating a game.
あとはですね、意外とチームで作ってますけど、新しいものを作ったり、それこそプロデュース業とかっていうのはそのスケジュールを守らないといけなかったり、クオリティを守らないといけないといろいろあるんですけど、意外とですね、孤独です。大人数で作っているようでいて、ゲームデザイナーっていうのは非常に孤独な、戦いを強いられます。
And also one thing might be that most people will find this rather strange, but it's actually a pretty lonely profession. I mean, most people know that games are created in teams. We have development teams. Also, as a producer, you have a budget to keep. You have to schedule to keep. So you're in contact with a lot of people. But still, it's quite a lonely battle. When you want to create something, people don't grasp it. Yeah, you have to go through it alone.
なので、まあ、やっぱり自分の理解者っていうのを、何人持っているかっていうのが一番最後の力を発揮するところだと思いますので、特に内側よりも外側にいる人の方が、まあ、理解してもらえると思います。僕にとってのジェフさんみたいなもので、そういう人が何人かいるかによって、まあ、戦い方が違ってくると。これ結構重要なんで、そういう自分を理解してくれる人を、まあ、何人持っているかっていうことですね。
So because of this, it becomes a huge force for you when you're able to have someone that understands you. And this doesn't need to be internally. In my experience, I found more these people externally, people, in my case, people like you that understand what I'm trying to do. In the end, this counts a lot. It gives you a lot of energy when it really matters to have someone that understands what you're trying to do.
Excellent. Well, yes, you inspire us too with the great work that you make. All right, well, that's all the time we have for the internet questions for you, Mr. Kojima. But I know there's some other things that we might want to talk about too.
はい。そうですね。 楽しんでいただきましたというか、ありがとうございました。ケルン5年ぶりなんで非常に、僕のテンションも上がってまして、またよければ来年再来年と来れたらいいなと思います。
Yeah,
またお会いしましょう。
thanks for everyone in attendance. I mean, it's the first time in 5 years that I've been here in Cologne, and I'm pretty excited myself, and hopefully I'll see you next year and the year after next.
ちょっとまだビールとかね、
Keep coming back to. We have so many games you're making.
ビールとかソーセージあんまり食べてないんで。
Yes, I haven't found the time to eat a lot of that beer, Kelch, and the sausages, so I need to.
ごめんなさい、一つだけ言いたいんですけど、昔ライブチヒの時に、僕ソーセージ好きなんですけど、ソーセージ好きっていうと次の日からみんな生のソーセージをいっぱい持ってきたんですけど、それはちょっと困りますんで持って帰れないんで、食べきれないんで。
And just one thing that I just remembered when this event was taking place at Leipzig, I said this in an interview that I really wanted to eat sausages, and the next day a lot of fans were really kind, bringing all these raw sausages, which are impossible to go through customs. So please, I really appreciate that, but I cannot take that home. So please don't.
Very cool. Well, before we wrap things up, let's move on to something that was the talk of the internet over the past 24 hours. You were on stage yesterday at the Sony press conference revealing some Metal Gear Solid 5 information. There was this mysterious teaser afterwards for PT, which at the time Sony had said was a new game from a new studio. I think people downloaded that. There was a playable teaser, and those that played it were in for a bit of a surprise, I guess, because it seemed like at the end of that teaser, if you get through it and you play through it and you solve the puzzles, it seemed like it was revealed that you're working on a new Silent Hill game with Guillermo del Toro, starring Norman Reedus. Everyone was talking about that. So now, this is the first time you're, I think, able to sort of speak about this. Tell us, what is PT? What can you tell us about it?
まずその PT 遊ばれた方いますかね。
First off, in the audience, who played PT? Curious.
怖がりばっかりで。
Oh, so everyone is scared to play it. Too scared to play the game?
Well, they're probably traveling. They're not at home with their PS4s.
サイレントヒルズのことはちょっと今の時点であまり、お話できないので、PT の話をしたいと。
So, as of now, I cannot talk too much about Silent Hills yet, so I'd like to talk a little bit about PT.
PT っていうのはプレイヤブルティザーの略ですね。
So first, PT stands for Playable Teaser.
で、そうです、そうです。深い意味はないです。
Yeah, that's the point. There's no deep meaning into it.
で、予告編とかティザームービーとかを流すんですけど、ゲームなんで、ムービーじゃなくて本当にプレイヤブルで、自分がインタラクティブに遊ぶことでその、タイトルとか IP にたどり着くようなものを作りたかったんで、それの業界初の試みです。
So I mean, you see all these trailers, all these teasers, but it is a game, so I wanted to have something that was really interactive that you could play through. After playing it, clearing something, you would finally get to the IP or the title or whatever it was. That's what I wanted to create, and I believe that's an industry first. I wanted to be the first one.
非常に怖いですね。怖くて、で、その最後のパズルって非常に難解です。これわざとやってます。
So this is a very scary game, and the last puzzle is ridiculously difficult. This is completely intentional.
で、僕の予定では1週間ぐらい解くのにかかると思ってたんですけど、半日で解かれてしまいまして、やっぱり今のユーザーさんすごいと思いました。
I personally expected this to take at least a week to be solved, and I was really surprised it took less than half a day. So yeah, I underestimated the current fans, the current players.
モビーディックの時はVGA の時はその流した途中ぐらいからバレてたんで、それよりはマシですけど。
I mean, it's an improvement because when we show Moby Dick during the BGAs, but halfway the announcement, people already had to figure out. So I guess we're getting better.
Sneakier.
昨日の深夜に最初のイギリスの女の子を囲むツイッチの人々が解いたんですけど、あれがしてほしかったんですよ。世界中の人たちとツイッチとかでつながっていろんな言語を解析しないと解けないんですけど、世界中の人が、一つのゲームをよりどころにして、 コミュニケーションとして集まってみんなで協力して成果にたどり着くっていうそういうティザーゲームを作りたかったんでそこは、成功したので非常に満足しています。
So I believe it was a girl in the UK last night that solved it out, and that's precisely what I wanted to happen. By which I mean I wanted people to get together, cooperate. There are cryptic messages in different languages. So I wanted people over internet or whatever to get together, trying to cooperate, trying to solve it, trying to figure out what else is. So this is precisely what happened. In this regard, I believe this was a success because I wanted to create something that required people from different countries, different parts of the world to cooperate to get solved.
何をとして忘れてしまった。で、
写真と
いや怖いんですけど、
No. Maybe more coming. All right.
Wait.
Lights back up.
Lights back.
Oh, wait.
No.
Oh. Stop the video for a second.
Stop the video for a second, please.
もう行ってしまう。
Watch out. The gap in the door. It's a separate reality. The only me is me. Are you sure the only you is you?
Back to the creepy infant. Oh my god, this is scary, this is scary, this is scary, this is scary.
Where's the door? Where's the door to get out?
Oh no.
What the hell is that? Whoa!
Oh.
これ無料でダウンロードできますので、やってない方は遊んでくださいね。
So everyone can download it for free on PlayStation 4. So whoever hasn't played it, please go ahead and download it.
今は誰が作った何の目的で作ったことゲームなのか分かってしまったんで、まあそんなに怖くないと思います。
Now it shouldn't be that scary because as of now you already know who made this game, who's behind this game, what is this game. So it shouldn't be that scary.
これはそのフォックスエンジンとか僕らの名前を隠して、インディーズの、とあるグループが作ったわけのわからない謎のゲームとして、ダウンロードしていただいて、目的も何もかもわからない、その情報が全然ない中だからこそ怖いっていう、そういうシチュエーションを狙ったものなんで、今やるとそんなに怖くないと思いますけど、それでも怖いので一回試してみてください。
So one of the intentions behind this game, of course, we hit the Fox engine that we ourselves were involved in this project. So people, when they downloaded it, they never heard of PT, they never heard of this development studio. The game in itself doesn't even give you a purpose, doesn't tell you what you have to do. So this in itself, we believe that gives fear to people, the fear of the lack of information. What is this? So, I mean, by now you all know this. Still, we believe you will get a scare of this game.
でフォックスエンジンでサイレントヒルを作ったらどんだけ怖いかっていう、実験も兼ねてたんですけど、実はですね、これインディーズに見えないといけないんで、かなり手を抜いてます。
So actually, this was an experiment of making a horror game with the Fox engine, but it had to look like an independent developer game. So we had to drop the quality intentionally quite a bit.
すごい難しかったです。今まで一番難しかった。フォックスエンジンでもっと綺麗に書けたり、もっと操作感とかも良くしたり、もっと驚かしたりできるんですけど、それ以上すると、まあプロが作ってるっていうのはバレてしまうんで、そこのさじ加減っていうのがなかなかできなくて、一番今までで難しかったですね。
That was the most difficult thing I've done this far because using the Fox engine, we can do better graphics, better playability, but we want to lower that because if we raise the bar that high, people would know that it was a big studio behind it. So that was one of the most difficult things I've done so far.
で本編のサイレントヒルズで一つだけ言えるのはですね、デルトロさんとも話してますけど、おしっこがちびるようなゲームにしようっていうんですけど、最近はうんこを漏らしてしまうようなゲームを作ろうということで、取り組んでますんで期待してください。
The one thing I can tell about Silent Hills, this is something that I've been talking with Guillermo del Toro as well, but originally we were thinking of making a game that would make you pee your pants, but at this point we've changed our minds and we are aiming for a game that will make you shit your pants.
怖すぎるとゲームってやめてしまうんですよ。
But one thing that you have to keep in mind is that if a game is too scary, people just won't play it.
で、映画とかアトラクション、レールに乗り物に乗っていくやつは目をつぶってても出口に出るんですけど、ウォークスルーのゲームっていうのをやめてしまうんで、あんまり怖いゲームなかったと思いますけど、僕らはそれをやろうとしてるんで、途中でやめてくれて結構ですと。もう怖くてできなくてもいいんですけど、もうそれが人生で一番怖いような、うんこを漏らすような、うんこを漏らしてしまったようなゲームっていうのを目指してますんで、そこは怖がりの人はちょっとできないかもしれませんけど、そこは期待してもらっていいところですね。
So the one thing in movies or in attractions, it's about to start pressing the play button or just getting in the ride, and if it gets too scary, just keep your eyes shut and somehow it'll be over. But if it's a game, people will just stop, and won't keep on playing. So that's why there's a limit of how scary you can make a game. But in this case, we're totally ignoring that. And you know what? If you don't want to keep playing through the game, so be it. We don't care. That's the game we are aiming for. We're aiming for a game that will make you shit your pants. And so yeah, that's.
パンツの替えは持ってくださいね。
So please make sure you have some changes.
限定版にはパンツをつけるかもしれません。限定版には。
The limited edition will probably include a pair of trousers for everyone.
Collector's edition.
で、これPSN のところに行くと PT のこのビジュアル出てます。で、PT っていうのがあって、下に 7780S スタジオっていうのがありますけど、これ何のことか分かりますか？この制作スタジオの名前。
So this is the logo that you will see when you go to the game in PSN, the 7780 Studios. Any idea what 7780 means?
I don't know. Is it S for Silent Hill? Or yeah, what's I'm sure it has some significance. Like Moby Dick. What's the significance?
7780の S の S はサイレントヒルズの S です。
Correct. As you say, actually, the S in 7780s is the S for Silent Hills.
で、サイレントヒルっていうのを日本語で言うと、サイレントは静か、ヒルは丘なんで、静岡という日本ではサイレントヒルのことを静岡県っていう県エリアがあるんですけど、と言われます。
So the thing is, when you say Silent Hill, when you translate directly to Japanese, it's silent is Shizuka and hill is Oka. Now there's a prefecture in Japan called Shizuoka, so gamers, it's kind of gamer slang in Japan to call Silent Hill Shizuoka.
で、7780っていうのを Google で入力すると、50番目か60番目か70番目ぐらいに静岡県の面積と出ます。
So if you Google 7780, somewhere in the results you'll get the 7780 square meters is actually the area for that prefecture, Shizuoka.
はい、それだけですけど。
That's it. That's the meaning behind the name.
ここからバレるかなと思ったんですけど、誰もまだ気がついてないらしい。
Yeah, we kind of were thinking that people might get the hint from here and figure that was something else, but well, no one caught on that hint.
So much detail though. So remember when you first talked to me about Moby Dick Studios, you had like a little drawing what the logo is going to be, like Norway and everything, and it's like all thought out.
で、このビジュアル非常に良くない写真なんですけど、素人っぽい。
And as you can see, the picture is very amateurish, very low quality.
これはうちのスタッフの住んでる裏庭です。
This is the backyard of one of our staff members.
日本の
So So it's just a Japanese backyard.
ここからもバレるかなと思ったんですけど、バレなかったんです。
We thought someone also might catch him that is like typical Japanese backyard.
まあいろんなところにヒントは隠したんですけど。
So there are hints spread all over the game.
Wow. Well, it's yeah, it was a cool way to announce the game, and I mean, I'm amazed that you're able to work on that and work on obviously Phantom Pain as well. So you're going to be very busy at Kojima Productions here over the next few years.
そうですね。まあまずはファントムペイン完成させて、まあ並行ですけど、で PT というかサイレントヒルズですね。
So yeah, we have to get the Phantom Pain finalized, and on parallel, of course, we have to work on Silent Hills.
まあ意外と僕も含め怖がりが多いんで、PT のチェックもみんな怖がって嫌がってましたけど。
Yeah, the one problem that we have is that in our staff, in our team, we have a lot of people that are really, really scared. You know, they get scared easily, including Hideo himself. So we had a lot of problems on who was gonna debug and test the game.
まあメタルTPP のチーム員にこれモニターでやってもらうんですよ。ヘッドホンで。こんなブースまで作って、ビニールのテントみたいな中でやったんですけど、怖さを増すために。
So in the studio, actually, we had a small booth. It was like a small camp tent to play it, and we had team members from the Phantom Pain go into and just, you know, monitor the game, tell us what it feels like, and put the headphones in and get him in the tent.
で大体怖がりの人はヘッドホンを半分外して、そのテントのチャックを開けて聞いてきますね。ここのグラフィックはおかしいんちゃうかとかいろいろ怖いから聞いてくるんで。
What most people did, this it's typical behavior in people that get scared easily. They just put one headphone off, they open the tent, they're just like, hey, I think this graphic is incorrect, and they just start throwing questions, just like, that's when they're really scared.
まあでも怖がりの作るホラーっていうのが一番怖いので、これはヒッチコック。
But as Hitchcock said, probably the scariest is made by people that get scared easily. So.
本当にまだされてない方は遊んでくださいね。
So everyone that out there, everyone here at least that hasn't tried there on Twitch, hasn't tried PT, please make sure to try.
怖いので、友達同士で集まってワイワイやったりとか、ツイッチでみんなとネットでつながってやった方がいいと思いますね。
So it's a very scary game. So I mean, if you get scared easily, you know, just get together with your friends or whatever, or on Twitch with different people, and just go ahead and play it.
Very cool. All right. Well, lost the microphone. All right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Kojima. It's been amazing to have you with us here, teasing obviously PT, Silent Hills, and lots of great Metal Gear stuff. I'm sure still to be told, and we look forward to hearing more about Silent Hills. I'm sure at other events coming up soon. With an S, right?
Oh, I want to see this gameplay for the fucking base so bad. I love the gameplay they showed last time.
So it's in plural, plural fun, plural scariness.
Started yet?
Plural scariness. Okay. That's something new. All right, well, everyone, let's give another round of applause to Hideo Kojima for coming out and doing this whole event. Thank you, Mr. Kojima. And remember, you guys can go check out the Metal Gear demo in Hall 7-1. Have a great Gamescom. Thanks so much for joining us, and thanks for watching live on Twitch. Good night, everybody.
All 7.1. The fuck is sheep? Alright. Well, that was an interesting stream. Head and back out here. No, you can keep showing anything else. Unless, what if they did show something? That would be ridiculous. If like they fucking showed something and just like, oh, shit is stated. Alright, no one can't talk, so first we'll start. We're just gonna add this real quick. Our impressions about the stream and what we like. Joe, why don't you start off?
Okay. Well, Ground Zeroes will be my first Metal Gear game, and seeing the full Phantom Pain conference, I feel like this game is going to be a lot better than I thought it was going to be, and forward to playing it. When Tommy stops rubbing my dog's head. The gameplay was excellent. It was beautiful.
Alright. Well, I enjoyed the shitting horse. That was. If I can teach Joe's dog to do that, we are going to have fun. Right, Anna? Right? Yeah, fuck you, bitch. I very much enjoyed pretty much everything. I'm really upset that they couldn't show the gameplay for the frickin'. I'll find it somehow. I did talk extensively, but he hardly ever talks about his games or his projects, so I'm okay with it. Oh, guys, I think that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and see you next time. Joe, why don't you say bye?
See ya.
All right, Nolan.